The Green Line has been open now for a little over a year. And in that year, through the end of May, the Green Line has provided over 11.1 million rides, far exceeding the projections that we had on a daily basis through the year 2025. And on an annual basis, we're closing in on our goal of 40,000 rides by the year 2040. But the Green Line's more than about rides. The Green Line's is about access. And just this past day, the University of Minnesota released a report indicating that people who live along the Green Line in St. Paul have more convenient access to over 2,000 jobs in the metropolitan area since the opening of the Green Line. Why is that the case? Well, the Green Line and infrastructure like light rail allow us to restructure all of our service to better access jobs throughout the metropolitan area. But it's not only about access to jobs, it's also about access to entertainment. This week, we are celebrating with the businesses up and down the Green Line, and we're having discounts up and down the year line for anyone who wears, or Green Line, anyone who wears this pin, patronizing one of the dozens and dozens of businesses along the Green Line. And you can go to metrotransit.org to find those patronizing businesses and help celebrate the access that this line provides. But it's not only the day-to-day shopping and restaurants, it's also about entertainment. This weekend, for example, this coming weekend, an early afternoon game will be at the Twins game on one end of the Green Line, Target Field. A late afternoon game will be at CHS Field at the other end of the Green Line for the Saints. And then in the evening, you can top your entertainment off with the concert at TCF Stadium with Luke Bryan, giving you an indication of all the things that are available for the Green Line. So, if you haven't taken the Green Line, we encourage you, this is a great week to start. If you are, and you have continued to use the Green Line, I know that you already appreciate everything that it brings. Now, from a different perspective, I want to introduce Mayor Chris Coleman, who's been an unwavering advocate for the Green Line for the city of St. Paul. Mayor?
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much. You know, for many years it was hard to imagine that we would ever get to the day where we opened up the Green Line on Central Corridor. There was a lot of battles, there was a lot of meetings, a lot of just kind of uncertainty about the whole project, but we put our minds to it and we got this project done. Now, a year later, it's hard to imagine that this hasn't always been a part of our community. The success of the Green Line has been overwhelming. It has surpassed every expectation that we had, and it continues to shape the future, not just of St. Paul, but of the entire region. But let me be clear. What the Green Line has meant to the city of St. Paul has been extremely important. I look at the building behind us, or behind you all. Here today, there was just an announcement that building was going to be sold and redeveloped into housing, several hundred units of housing. That is directly a result of the investment that we made in the Green Line. If you look at the Custom House, another project that will result in hundreds of units of housing, directly a result of the investment in the Green Line. All across University Avenue, businesses are investing, people are coming to the corridor, people are using the corridor to go to, whether it's a Twins game on one end, or a Saints game on the other, or Jazz Fest, or any number of the activities that are occurring in the region. The Green Line has proven to be what we always knew it would be, a catalytic event that took a first-class transportation system and helped us build on the future of the city of St. Paul. If you look at the number that we have just recently reached or approached of 300,000 people, nearing an all-time record of residents in the city of St. Paul, again, directly attributed to not only the Green Line investment, but all the investments that we're making, but certainly the Green Line has been the central piece of that. I'm so excited that we're here at the year mark, the ridership is exceeding expectations, and that all the development that is going on is fulfilling the dream that we had for the corridor. This is a tough project to get done. We did it because we knew it was important to the future of our community, and again, not just from one side of the equation or the other, but for the entire region. One of the things that we were blessed to have is regional partnership in this. We are very blessed to have a county commissioner and county commissioners in St. Paul and Ramsey County, but also in Hennepin County, who were supportive of this project because they knew how important it was for both sides of the metropolitan area. One of those key partners was Commissioner Peter McLaughlin from Hennepin County, and I'd like to turn it over to Peter at this time.
Thank you very much. You know, we've got, oh, wait a second. You know, I'm an old baseball player, and it's good to hit home runs. And we've now hit 2 home runs on our LRT lines here in the Twin Cities. This is a part, the Green Line is a part of building out the whole metropolitan system. It's about creating the 21st century infrastructure that's going to keep this economy strong. And if you think about not only the successes we've seen here and on the Hiawatha line, but then let's think about the future. Let's think about Gateway, getting out to Woodbury, direct service to 3M. We're talking about out Robert Street, a direct connection to the airport from downtown St. Paul. At the same time, on my side of the river, we're building out Southwest, and we're going to build out Bottineau. We are building the 21st century framework for economic success. That's what these lines are about. And just as Rome wasn't built in the day, frankly, the freeways weren't built in the day. There was a lot of messiness building those freeways. I think people forget that sometimes. There are difficulties. These are complicated projects to put on the street. But we are marching methodically forward. We are marching methodically forward, and we're going to get these lines built. We're going to get Southwest built, we're going to get Bottineau built, we're going to get the connection to the airport, the Gateway. All those projects are going to get built, and we will then have the infrastructure for the 21st century that will give us success, just as this state, these communities here in the metropolitan area took the hard decisions, made the decisions to build the infrastructure we needed in the last half of the 20th century. This is about the 21st century. It's about jobs, it's about connections, it's about population. The statistic the mayor cited, almost 300,000 people in St. Paul now. They're just this far away. Minneapolis has over 400,000. 15 years ago, nobody would have believed that. 15 years ago, nobody would have believed that. But in fact, this is the great renaissance of urban America. It's about this whole region making investments that are going to keep us strong and keep people investing here and wanting to live here. So it's a great day to celebrate the success of the Green Line and to reaffirm our support for this vision moving forward. Thank you very much.
The Green Line has been a huge success for the businesses up and down the corridor. Most of the businesses have seen pretty significant increases in both revenue, customers, folks coming up and down the business. I know for our business in particular, we've seen about a 30% increase in revenue since the Green Line started 1 year ago. I think what's really important to think about, though, is the dividend that this corridor pays back to the community. Is every $100 million of increased economic activity on the corridor is another $8 million in sales tax that comes back into the community. The dividend going forward is really about finding a way to bring those jobs and creating more and more jobs up and down this corridor for the people that live in the communities along this corridor, and continue that hard work to put those jobs back in the corridor and making those connections to the jobs on both ends of the corridor as well as in the middle of the corridor. So it's exciting to see the Green Line have such a great success and be such a positive impact for the businesses up and down the corridor. I encourage everybody to use the buttons. We have new businesses along the corridor like Surly Brewery that are offering discounts. You can get discounts on blizzards at Hampton Park Co-op. There's lots of great offers, lots of great discounts. Visit the Met Transit website to see all those deals and all those discounts. Try to visit all the businesses. It's a great opportunity to ride the corridor and see what's available, whether you're going to a game at Target Field or you're coming down to a game here at CHS Field. So enjoy the day.